I never used this one before. Hi guys, welcome to Smile Style Philosophy. I, of course, am the Legendary SMYLZ. Peep game. This last movie weekend was probably one of the most disappointing movie weekends that I've ever experienced. Over the movie weekend, I seen a movie for the first time that disappointed me so much that I actually wanted to fight somebody after leaving the movie. Mind you, my anger was directed towards the director and producer of the movie, Zack Snyder, but being that he's some sort of a Hollywood type, some sort of a celebrity, and I'm a commoner, I have no direct access to Zack Snyder, therefore I couldn't fight him. I didn't just want to fight him, I wanted to sit next to him. I wanted to sit next to Zack Snyder and watch the movie with him so he can explain to me his thought process to justify that monstrosity that was Man of Steel. Yes, Man of Steel was a very disappointing movie for me. Now, I've checked the Twitter feedback and the Facebook feedback, and a lot of people like the movie. A lot of people like the movie. But sprinkled here and there with certain people who felt like me, and it seems like all the people who did not like it didn't like it for the same reasons that I didn't like it. Now, granted, Facebook, Twitter only gives you 140 characters, so to speak, or is very limited. You can only do so much with those two venues, so you can't really express everything you want to say. I mean, I've tweeted so many times after that movie, more than I ever tweeted in one sitting. I don't tweet much, but I tweeted like 7 different things explaining why the Man of Steel sucked to the Man of Steel movie Twitter page. I wanted somebody involved with that movie to hear me. That's how bad. Usually I don't care about things like that, but I wanted somebody involved to hear me, to know me. I wanted their attention. I was trying to flag them down. I wanted them to pay attention to me so I could explain to them or ask them, how would you justify that? On the opposite end, the people that like the movie, once again, seem to all like it for the same exact reasons. They went there to see some sort of an action movie, okay? And they weren't disappointed, I give them that. And there were certain hits taken towards those who didn't like the movie from those who liked the movie, and that had the same theme as well. One comment specifically said, go see the movie Man of Steel before the nerds ruin it for you. One of my Facebook friends who said he liked the movie and I said I disagreed, he said, well, you may be right, but I'm not that much of a nerd to get that upset about it. Which is understandably so. Now, YouTube, I'm not eligible to have videos over 15 minutes, being that I do not want to give YouTube my personal cell phone number that they keep asking for. Since I don't want to give them my personal cell phone number, my videos can only reach a limit of 15 minutes. I want to do like an entire long-running video depicting and focusing on everything that made the movie terrible. But I can't do it in one sitting. Therefore, I'm going to have to break these videos up into 15-minute segments, and that's going to give me the opportunity to focus 15 minutes on one particular aspect of the movie. Now, 2 reoccurring themes that may happen in each video is the primary major flaws. One is Man of Steel was packaged or presented as a reboot, okay? But it wasn't a true reboot in the sense of the word. You're going to see with every aspect how not making a true reboot was ineffective in all the aspects that sucked about it. Another thing is, the writers and producers of this movie, the writers and producers of Man of Steel, presented the Man of Steel movie as if over 90% of the audience is already familiar with the Superman mythology, the story, the origin, and all of his characters and their relevance and their importance. And to be honest, I can't disagree with him on that. I'm quite sure the majority of the people who saw Man of Steel were familiar with Superman and were familiar with the Superman mythology and the story. I get that. So, being that that is, I believe that they felt like they didn't have to explain key elements of the story, key elements of the characters, because they knew the audience was familiar with it. Well, that defeats the purpose of a reboot. Basically, you're just giving us a remake or a review. You're just reminding us of the stuff that we already know about, and you felt like, well, it goes without saying because everybody was familiar with the characters. Now, that disappointed me because I wanted to see Man of Steel as if I never knew who Superman was. I wanted to experience the journey of Kal-El becoming Superman. In the same way that the Dark Knight trilogy rebooted Bruce Wayne and how he became Batman. It actually successfully brought you through the journey of who Bruce Wayne is, what's his plight, what's his mission, and why he became Batman. We experienced the journey from beginning to end as though we never knew who Bruce Wayne was. Even though I'm quite sure, just like the Man of Steel, the majority of people who saw Batman Begins, Dark Knight trilogy, Dark Knight Rises, I'm quite sure the majority of those people who saw those movies were already familiar with the Batman character. I understand that, but even having that aspect, they still presented you with the movie as if you never knew who Bruce Wayne was, and that's what I wanted to see with Man of Steel. I wanted to experience a Superman movie as if I'd never heard of Superman, but they didn't present it that way. They presented it as, well, you all know who Superman is, so here's the modern day version of him. We don't have to explain who Perry White is. We don't have to explain who Jonathan Kent is. We don't have to explain how Superman developed the capabilities to hone his skills. You already know why. So here it is. I'm just going to show you. But that took away from the purpose of a reboot. Now, I'm going to go in different aspects of the movie and following details, and following videos, I mean, and explain to you in detail, that's the word I want to say, I'm ahead of myself, each aspect and why it sucked and why it was a poor decision. I'm one sip away. Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. Before I go, I'm going to spoil the movie. Usually spoilers is against my own personal creed, my own personal beliefs. I hate spoilers. I hate spoilers to the point where when I see television spots, I literally close my eyes and put my fingers through my ears and, say la 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 whenever a trailer comes on of a movie that I want to see. Okay, I do that. But in this case, I'm making an exception to my own rule. I'm going to spoil the shit out of this movie. I'm going to spoil it. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, if you haven't seen it and you don't want to be spoiled and you have intentions of seeing it, don't watch the following videos. I kind of prefer you do, but going to my spoiler creed, don't. If you've seen the movie and you liked it, I want you to look at the following videos so you can understand why it was a horrible choice. It may be when you see it from my eyes, from my perspective, and as I'm telling you all the elements of why it was horrible, you can harken back to that point in the movie that you remember, and you can see, hey, he's right, I didn't consider this, or I didn't consider that. And maybe you see why it was a horribly done movie. And those who saw the movie and you didn't like it, but you felt kind of torn because you got great reviews from everybody around you and you didn't want to be facetious or be the odd one out, I'm going to confirm your suspicions. Yes, it was a horrible movie. And I'm going to explain to you in details why in a way that makes you think, yeah, he's right, that's what I was thinking, but he put it into words. So I'm one sip away. Hold on.